Pleased to be joined by NOJHL Commissioner Robert Mazuka here at the NOJHL Showcase. And Robert, got to ask you, this two-day event is hectic, but it seems really worthwhile.
It's great for the players. This is what it's all about: is the players showcase what they can and can't do in front of all the scouts and the schools. And so far, it's been good. Great hockey.
What kind of goes into putting on an event like this from a league perspective?
Most important thing for us is volunteers and staff. And I have a great staff, and we have great volunteers who dedicated themselves a lot of time prior to and 2 consecutive days of being here for 10, 12, 14 hours.
Being part of the CJHL, and putting on an event like this, where you're hoping that players move on to the next level, how much pride as a commissioner does that give you when you see players commit to the next level?
I think we all at the league level and the teams are quite satisfied and happy because that's what our job is, especially the teams, to get them to, whether it's the OHL, the NCAA, U Sports. That's what this is all about. And when that happens, we can say that we've done our job.
Sometimes the North feels like it can get overlooked a little bit by the GTA and everything down there. What do you say to players who are thinking of coming to the North?
Well, you want to play in a great junior hockey league. This is junior hockey at its finest, I think. You get travel. It's the old school, the old ways of traveling, overnights, billets, and it's great hockey. It's underrated, of course, but it's good hockey.
Perfect. Thank you for this, Robert.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. That's Robert Mazuka, Commissioner of the NOJHL, here at the NOJHL Showcase in Sudbury.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for what promises to be an exciting second period here of Voodoos hockey against the Elliott Lake Vikings. And just because I've called his name a couple of times in the first period, I would like to say that Mason Rotundo is firmly in last place in my fantasy hockey league with 3 points. Caleb Dawson not doing so hot either with 4 points. However, I'm 8th out of, 16 people. That's kind of okay, I guess.
So what you're saying, the 2 best hockey players are the 2 worst at fantasy hockey?
Yeah, which Caleb Dawson's won this fantasy league before, so I don't know. Anyways, Courtney Kenny pleased to be joined by Ben Long as we get set for the second period. 1-0 is the goal scoring here in this game, not in our fantasy hockey, in this real game. It was scored by Ryan Patrick, unassisted, at 8:52 into that first period. And coming back, the Voodoos will have just under a minute of power play opportunity here with Jake Norman off for interference. That came at the 18:56 mark. Other penalties in that period, Blake Menard got holding for 2 minutes. That came at 15:34 along with unsportsmanlike conduct, so we got a misconduct on that one. And then Zach Turner getting a minor for roughing. If you're looking for the scores around the league and you don't know where to go, well, the Frontline has you covered. The Sioux Eagles getting ready to start the second period against the Hearst Lumberjacks in Hearst, and they are up 1-0 after the first 20 minutes of play. Timmins, halfway through the first period, is up 2-0 on Blind River. And if we're going to take a quick look at the standings there, well, Timmins currently sitting at, where are we here? I'm on the wrong thing. Don't listen to me anymore. Timmins is currently 4-6-1 with 9 points. Blind River's 10-2-0 with 20 points on the season. So that could be a David versus Goliath game, but so far David's up 2-0 on Goliath.
Now I thought from the score there was a game misconduct that was given to the Viking player, but he's in the box right now, so I'm guessing it was actually just a 10-minute.
Looks that way for sure as we're back underway now at the Sportsplex. The Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right this period. The Elliott Lake Vikings in their road whites are going right to left as Thompson with some speed leaves it for Patrick. Patrick twists and turns, gets around his man to McMillan. Near side Thompson battling forward in the corner. Puck comes out, Ricci flips it right back in for Thompson. Thompson shovels it out front. Patrick tried to get a chance away. Now Thompson with another chance, and that one's turned aside by Beauville. Puck sent down the ice by Elliott Lake. And Norman's getting ready to get back into action here as the puck's left behind the net for Ricci. Ricci tried to stick handle around his man. Now Abelflang gets to it. Sends it around the end wall for Thompson. Thompson loses it though. Now Ricci down the ice, however, running into his man. McLean picks it up. Ricci up for Thompson. Thompson knocked off the puck briefly. Gets to McMillan. McMillan looks down ice, stops up, instead gives it to McLean. McLean flips it in for Thompson, back to 5-on-5 hockey. as the Vikings are able to kill off that penalty. Bridgman down the ice. It's flipped in on net by Elliott Lake. Kicked aside by Gordon. Puck comes out near side. Turned away by a good stick by the Voodoos. Now over for Ricci to Rotundo. Rotundo flips it down cross ice into McCarthy. Shields takes a shot off the end wall. Now it's behind the net for McCarthy. McCarthy battling for it. Turner coming in for some support. But now it's to Rotundo. Rotundo got around his man near side to Turner. Turner couldn't get a shot away out front. Good save there by Beauville as Sturge was creeping in. And a good save by the goaltender.
Those ones with a pass coming out from behind the net are some of the hardest to do as a goalie to track, which is why Wayne Gretzky was the first one to go back there and find great success from that area. It's just really disorienting for a goalie to have the puck behind you, come out front and follow it for a pass and to make a save like that. So that was a really solid play by the goaltender.
Very good save by Beauville indeed. He's looked good so far through this game. As the puck comes out of play. And we'll get another stoppage here with 17:57. 1-0 Powassan lead. Shots on goal 12-7 in favor of the Voodoos. Back to McLean. To Case. Case stops up, takes the shot, and is kicked aside by Beauville. Near side corner. Patrick throwing his weight around, gets it in deep for Lemke. Lemke chasing after it. Lemke nearly nudged off the puck, but he's able to hold on to it. Nice little bit of skating there. Gets the puck around to Case. Case back in deep for Smetham. Puck back out. Norman flips it out. However, not very far. Smetham, near side. Skates the puck around. Gets it into the near side corner, battling with Callow. Smetham creates some separation, gets it to Case. Case throws it on net, stopped by Beauville. And he just grabs that one, covers it up. 17-11 left.
That was a good example of Powassan with some good cycling in the offensive end there. Good control, good moving the puck around to different guys into open spots. They didn't get a great chance out of it, but that kind of puck control is what you really need to see, and that's what leads to the great chances.
Voodoos trying to get something to happen here. However, Elliott Lake has possession. Dawson with a good hit on the far side is able to squeeze the puck loose, and now he battles in the corner. Gets it back to the point, flipped back on by Ricci. Near side now, Russo in the corner for Smith. Smith out front looking for Dawson. Dawson tried to twist and turn, but he couldn't get a shot away. And now McConnell fritzes away, but a good back check there by Smith. Knocks the puck off his stick. And now it's to Russo. Russo behind the net, stopping things down. Flips the puck down the ice. Smith will be first in on that. Smith out front looking for Dawson on a set play. However, his pass, he fanned on it. And now back to Elliott Lake. You just see the chemistry of these Voodoos coming together game by game for the supposed fourth line that's been dangerous, real dangerous since. And now a good shot on goal, stopped by Gordon and knocked up into the roof and out of play.
You got to think that in any normal rink, that play would have carried on. It just barely had enough power to get up to the roof here. And it's, with not being average size north and south and east and west in this rink, it's also not average in the other dimension up.
No, it definitely is not. Shot on goal, stopped by Rotundo. Rotundo gains the red line, couldn't get the puck off his stick though quick enough. So now it is finally into Elliott Lake territory, but it didn't go too deep. Now the Vikings into Voodoos territory. Shot on goal, stopped by Gordon, rebound chance, and the Vikings cycle it into the corner. Gordon was well out of position if they were able to get a shot away on that one, but the Voodoos defenders kept him outside. Norman with another chance, turned aside by Gordon, and now the Voodoos send it down the ice. Thompson to chase after. However, it's right back in by the Vikings, by McClenaghan. McClenaghan leading this team with 13 points. Now in for Shields with a chance. Another chance by DuBrois. Wow, what a save by Beauville. As the Voodoos are buzzing, and Beauville's really keeping Elliott Lake in at this period.
This has been great goaltending this whole game. Beauville's looked good out there this period. Aside from the one goal, he's looked really solid. Gordon down at the other end has also looked really solid today. He's had a few times he's been found out of position a little bit, but his team's been there to cover for him. But yeah, the goaltending has just been...
Good goaltending clinic on display. Maybe something for you to take into your next beer league game, eh, Ben? Case with a shot kicked away by Beauville.
Try to do some learning here.
Get your notepad out. Now we're going to get a stoppage here for hand pass, and the faceoff will come outside of Elliott Lake territory. With 15-13 left here in the second period. How's your save percentage this year?
We haven't started yet,
Oh.
so still at 100.
Or 0, depending on how you look at it.
Haven't let any in.
There you go. That's a good way of looking at it. Puck drop. Elliott Lake on the draw, wins it, but Shields gets to it quickly. Now Case for McCarthy. McCarthy couldn't get a shot or chance to hold on to the puck for very long. Now the puck behind the net. Gordon was out to play it, but it hopped over his stick. Back out front, Callow. Callow with a quick shot. Glove down by Gordon.
That was a nice little present out to Callow. A free shot, but Gordon just sticks up the glove and doesn't let go.
Miles Gordon, who looked maybe a little bit shaky in the game against the Sioux Thunderbirds at the NOJHL Showcase last week, looking a lot more calm, cool, and collected in this one.
Yeah, I think this is the best that we've seen him look all year, like just the most steady that he's looked out there.
Puck near side to Case. Case flips it around behind the net. Smetham gets it down the ice. Lemke chasing after it. Lemke in with Callow into the corner. Both goes into the boards. Now the puck stuck at the boards, and the players are digging around for it. Patrick comes away, sends it down to McLean, who just flips it right back in. Now it's Lemke out front. Good save again by Beauville, as Patrick didn't get all of that away from the slot, but the goaltender still had to be sharp. Now there's an Elliott Lake player down on the ice. No call coming. Patrick on near side for Smetham. Smetham battling for it. Gloves on the ice as well. And a stick. Puck battling still in the near side. Smetham still battling. Nystrom comes away with it. Nystrom had his pocket picked by Smetham though. Now he goes around behind the net. Another chance off the side of the net as Ricci fired that one. Behind the net once again, DuPont with it. Goes to his partner. He flips it right back over for DuPont. Now near side for Patrick. Patrick tried to get it a backhand pass out front, but there was no green jerseys there. Only white. Dawson battling for it. Gets it to Smith. Smith flips it right back in. And now McClellan trying to get to it. Out front, Russo takes a shot well high over the net. Another chance coming, goes wide of the net. Smith chasing after it. Smith battling on the half wall on the near side with Bridgman. Smith knocked down, tries to get back up. Now Russo has the puck flipped right over his head and out of the zone. Smith hitting DuPont. In for Russo now. Russo gets in, flips it back in deep for Smith. Smith takes a shot, his stick shatters, and now he has to chase after it. Goes off for a change. The Voodoos keep the puck in. Russo gets it in deep for Dawson. Dawson deep for Russo. McClellan tried to get a shot away, and none came. Now it's for Dubroy. Dubroy with the shot, and a good save there by Beauville. At 12:41 left in the second period, the Voodoos with a lot of pressure there. And we'll have to see what happened to that Elliott Lake player that went off.
It looks like that was maybe Sam Baranek. But I didn't see the contact that was made, but I did see him hit the ice, and he looked like he was in a great amount of pain. And as he was going over, he just his gloves fell off his hands.
Well, I was going to say, anytime you see a stick and gloves flying through the air, it's never a good look, right? So you know that there's probably somebody that got hurt. Thompson in deep, now behind the net. Puck battle on the far side as Elliott Lake tries to dig away at it, and so does Powassan. White jerseys trying to come away with the puck. It kept into the Elliott Lake zone. Norman now battling for it, gets it out. And now Elliott Lake with a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Good back check by Rotundo, made it so that way Gordon just had to focus on the pass. And he's able to, or the shot, and he's able to turn that away. Now puck out front, and it's down the ice. Thompson, or rather Dubroy, chasing after it. Gets it to McMillan, however, it's kept out by the Vikings. Now Dubroy back for Sturge. Sturge flips it in, goes around behind the perimeter to McMillan, to Dubroy. Dubroy throwing it on net. Beauville with the save. Another chance coming. Couldn't get that shot away, though. Now McMillan with possession. Tries to walk out. Nifty little move there. Another one. Walking around, takes the shot, and he put it over the net. Two great moves by McMillan, and then he missed the net on the shot. Wow, what dekes, though, by number 10 in green. Case chasing after it. That'll go for icing, and we'll get another stoppage here.
That one was some fancy stick and footwork by McMillan there to get through the zone with the puck. And that shot was just over the net. But I love seeing those kind of plays. I'd love to see it even more if we had a red light go off behind the net there, but
Find the Frontline podcast, the official podcast of the Voodoos, and our favorite time during his dream.
as you hear them advertising us in the background.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice feeling, eh?
Yeah.
Be interesting if other teams did the same thing. Case, like our after action report, another chance there. They behind the net. Shields tucks it in. Tucker Shields with his 7th of the season makes it 2-0 Powassan. You were talking about red lights. There it is.
And Tucker Shields scores today, takes advantage of Ben Sargent not being in the house. He'll be here tomorrow night for the Voodoos game.
Yeah, it'll be the Ben and Ben show again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The last time that happened, it was Royal Rumble on a Saturday.
It was. It was an exciting game to be at. You thought we were getting us kicked off the air or something.
I did. Because of all the messages I got afterwards with all the stories that Harrison was putting on social media. Smetham tries to flip the puck out of his zone, but it's to Lemke. Lemke flips it right into Elliott Lake territory, and they'll have to chase after it. Now Elliott Lake with possession. Slowly out of their zone. Cross ice chance. Callow flips it in to Gordon.
Tucker Shields!
Back in now. Good check out. Gets it to Smetham. Smetham walking in. Takes the shot. Good save by Beauville. Now bodies flying into the corner. Penalty will be coming here, and it'll go against the Voodoos. So for the first real time, the Voodoos will have to kill off a penalty this time. They have already killed off one, but it was only 30 seconds.
Yeah. So technically that does count as a successful penalty kill, but this is the first full 2-minute test that they'll be facing.
And it's Lemke in the box.
And that was a hit in the area. You don't like to see hits, so you can't really say too much about that penalty being called. Up 2-0. Powassan just has to be smart, make sure they manage the puck, and they'll be back on solid ground again. 10:22
left here in the second period. Up 2-0, as you mentioned. 23-11, the shots in favor. That's a cross-checking call. And Elliott Lake on the attack. Menard is back out there as well. Abelflam flips it back in. To McClenaghan. Back to Abelflam. Abelflam. Near side, in the slot, takes the shot. Good block there. Tried to whack it towards net again. Now another chance coming. Stopped by Gordon. And he's just going to stop that one and cover it up and calm things down. With 1:30 left on this man advantage.
Those types of plays are always tricky for a goalie because the puck's just kind of bouncing around in front of you. Shots come in, some make it to you, some don't make it to you.
Looks like another penalty coming to the Voodoos as well. As is Mike McLean being shown the door. So now the Voodoos will have to kill off a 5-on-3.
For 1.5 minutes, which is not an easy feat by any means.
No. Although I did it on the new NHL game the other day. David Camp scored me a shorthanded goal.
Nice.
Against your Montreal Canadiens. Voodoos try to kill off this 2-man advantage for Elliott Lake, but Abelflam gets to it. Out front for DuPont. Good stick there by Shields. Knocks it into the corner. Back for DuPont. Or Menard, rather. And now the puck's in deep. to Menard. Menard cross ice looking for Abaflam. They got their wires crossed. Now Abaflam has to pick it up. Walking around. Look for Abaflam. Now the puck. Did it come out? No. The linesmen say no. Now back to the point. Off the crossbar. No goal.
And we see the Vikings bench pointing for that being a goal.
DuPont now goes back in. Yeah. Near side. Back to DuPont. DuPont takes another shot. Stopped by Gordon. Abaflam with another chance. Good save by Gordon on the rebound. Back out to Menard. Back to DuPont. To Menard now as he walks around with it. He walks in, takes a shot. Gordon lying down. Where's the puck? Somewhere under him, but is it in the net? We'll have to find out as he gets up. No, it's in between his legs, so he was able to keep it out. 24 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Voodoos still lead 2-0.
That was a great little scramble for Gordon there to knock the puck down and just be able to get it covered up, as there's many more white jerseys than green jerseys out there. But that's what you got to do. You just got to keep those whistles coming, let things settle down, get set up again.
Puck back to the point. Shot on net. Another save by Gordon. That was Maricola with the shot. Now back near side. Elliott Lake walks the line. Menard with it. One of the penalties set to expire. Menard takes another shot. Gordon with the rebound into the corner. As now Bertrand skates around. 5-on-4 now for the next 30 seconds. Good shot there into the corner for Elliott Lake. Good shot attempt into the corner, rather. Now near side again. Aaron Cola takes a shot. Gordon down on his knees. Another chance. Another save. Gordon with a flurry of saves here. Puck went out far side. He was wide open. The net would have been wide open, but they kept it out. Now cross ice again. Back out front. Powassan scrambling. Tries to get the puck. Elliott Lake gets to it. Throws it over the net as they found it in the slot, and the Voodoos successfully kill off both penalties.
It's like we're getting an unsportsmanlike penalty here being called for the Vikings player, it looks like. But that was a unmitigated shooting gallery for the Vikings.
Sorry, that's Maricola going off. And continue, sorry.
Where they had, I think they had 11 shots at the start of that power play, and they're up to 17 now. But they had some real good chances there to get ahead, and fortunately for Gordon and the crossbar, they managed to keep it out.
Yes, indeed, is now Case with the Voodoos back on the power play. Case goes cross ice, looking for Shields. Shields walks in, turns around, walking, switches up with Lemke. Now he throws it near side to Case. Case walks the blue line, back for Shields. Shields near side half wall. Back for Case. Case changing positions with Shields. Doesn't like what he sees, turns back around. Back to Shields. Over for Lemke. Lemke near side. Good shot there by McCarthy, but it's blocked by some Elliott Lake players in front of the net. Gordon lays the puck, leaves it for Shields. Shields had to be quick, as there's a big hit there by Elliott Lake. Back for Shields.
That was Nystrom with the shot block as he went limping off the ice after.
Good shot block there, as that was a good shooting area. And now another big hit leveled against the Voodoos. Lemke, as Lemke now chasing after the puck. Shields gets to it. Less than a minute left on the man advantage. Shields back for Lemke. Lemke stopping things down now, slowing it up as he walks in, goes in tight for Shields. Shields tried the wraparound, and then the puck was able to sit there and covered up by Beauville. Rather, that was Turner with the wraparound attempt. And shots now 23-21 in favor of the Voodoos. So the Vikings have really closed the gap.
It's really become a much closer game. I mean, it's hard to completely say that when they had a 5-on-3 power play for almost 2 minutes. But with Powassan being back on the power play now, let's see if they can open it up a little bit more here.
Patrick in for the draw on the near side. Gets it back for Ricci. Ricci chips it in for McMillan. McMillan throwing it out front. And that was a good chip-in attempt there by Thompson, but it was stopped by Beauville. Now the puck comes out and out of play, so we'll get another draw here right back into Elliott Lake territory.
And as we talk about many times, there's 30-some seconds left on the power play. Looks like 38, maybe.
McMillan back to McLean. McLean, far side, sends it over for Ricci. Ricci with the shot, tipped out front. Thompson with the shot, another chance, turned aside. Beauville scrambling all over, and he looks at Gordon and says, anything you can do, I'm going to try and do better. McLean gets it around for Ricci. Coming to the end now of our power play for the Voodoos for Thompson. Thompson for Patrick, back over for McMillan. McMillan takes the shot, going cross ice, another chance, couldn't get the shot away. And the Voodoos in prime shooting territory as we're back to 5-5 hockey as Elliott Lake shovels the puck down the ice. Cross ice. Elliott Lake couldn't gain the zone for very long as it's back out. Now down the ice, Gordon looking to play the puck, but instead, that'll go for icing. And Elliott Lake trying to argue its case, but the linesman says no way.
And these offensive zone face-offs, or defensive zone face-offs, depending on which side you're on, are very important for the flow of play. You want to either, if you're in the defense zone, you want to make sure you get that so they don't have an offensive zone control. But if you manage to get solid control, you get a really good chance.
Another chance. Turned aside. Now far side. Sturge keeps it in. Sturge in deep for Russo. Russo behind the net. Looks out front. Fans on his pass out front. Gets it back to Dawson though. Now McClellan in deep for Dawson. Dawson takes a sharp angle shot. Trying to pull off an Austin Matthews move maybe against Jake Allen from the other night. As the puck now goes back in to Elliott Lake territory, but now it's dumped down the ice, and that'll surely go for icing. And another offensive zone draw for the Voodoos.
And Norman had something to say to Dawson there as they skated by each other. It didn't look malicious. Might have been like, hey, been a while since I've seen you.
Well, it's been about a week.
Yeah. Former teammates, though.
Yeah. Shields in for the draw on the near side in Elliott Lake zone. Now Shields tries to walk out front, and the puck was knocked off his stick. Flip back down the ice. Shields in pursuit along with Case. Case kept it there at the blue line, but it's deemed offside. So we'll get another stoppage here. And that'll bring us to our mid-period break here with 4:46 left in the second period. We'll be back with more Frontline coverage of the Voodoos on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Happy birthday to our cameraman, Mike Brown, celebrating his 32nd birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike!
And we welcome you back into the Powassan Sportsplex here on the Frontline Game Day broadcast. Oh, that's great. Happy birthday, Mike, our camera operator. As we're getting set for what's left of the second period with just over 4 minutes left. 2-0 Powassan leads Elliott Lake. Oh, that's gonna be one of the best moments ever. A week late, but we still got it there.
Did you request that?
I messaged Mike at the end of the last period, the public address announcer.
Not Mike the cameraman.
No.
Mike the public address announcer.
Oh, that was glorious. He deserves a pay raise for that one.
Yep.
All right, we're back on our way now. As the Voodoos nearly give it up right in front of their own net. As another chance comes, Gordon with another glove save. And it's always these games at Powassan that end up breaking me some way, and I can't call the game because I'm laughing too hard. If we're talking about the Cochrane Crunch Bear,
Yep.
if we're talking about Mike Brown's birthday, you name it, I can't call the game because I'm laughing. We have fun on the front line.
We do.
Come join us sometime.
More like the fun line.
Ah, there we go.
Ah.
Back underway now on the near side. Callow with the shot, tipped on net. Gordon somehow kept that out. But the puck was laying there. No one could get to it. McMillan down the ice. Nystrom gets to it. And now Rotundo has it in his own zone. Rotundo going for a skate. Flips it, gets to the red line and flips it in. McMillan chasing after it. Puck still in Voodoos' possession in the Vikings zone. As now McMillan tries to work his way out to McClellan. McClellan with the shot glove down by Beauville. And we'll get another stoppage here. Almost 16 minutes gone. 4 minutes left here in the second period.
That was a nice little glove save by Beauville. There at the other end, Gordon had made a huge save on a tip, and I think it was his own man that tipped it, which is almost makes it worse that you're not expecting your own player to throw the puck towards you. So
that's a couple of times now Elliott Lake has thrown the puck on their own net in this game.
Yep.
Puck, far side corner, as Patrick tries to come away with it. However, Nystrom gets to it. Puck thrown on net. Patrick was there looking for a tip. However, the tip went behind the net. And now, big hit leveled by Smetham as well. As now the puck's down into the Voodoos territory, and that'll once again go for icing against the Vikings. So the Voodoos with another offensive zone draw coming up.
They really have controlling outside of that bit of penalty trouble that they had. They've really been doing a good job of controlling the puck in the offensive zone, giving them only minor breaks the other way. And if the puck's in the other team's end, they can't score goals.
Another chance right off the draw. Smith puts it wide as it hit a body. Now Dawson in pursuit. Puck comes out. It stays in, only for a moment though, as now Case gets to it. Case chipping it up and out. Nystrom flipped it right back as we're playing ping pong here in the neutral zone. McClanahan, far side, finds his man. And now the puck at the Voodoos bench and not going anywhere else. Comes back out, McLean with it. Case down the ice, Russo gets a piece of it and chips it in for Dawson to chase after. Dawson and Nystrom in the near side corner, battling for it, get the puck pinned against the boards, trying to battle it out. Russo tries to come away with it. Russo loses it though, however, and now going the other way, McClanahan. McClanahan gains the neutral zone, gains the Voodoo zone. He had the puck knocked off his stick briefly by Smith. And now we'll get another stoppage here.
I'm not sure whether we're calling that too many men or not. Yep, they are calling that a too many men.
Against the Vikings, so McClanahan's going to go in and serve it. Chris Kaler is the new head coach and GM of the Vikings. He comes from Guelph, and he's been coaching the Swift Current Legionnaires U18 AAA hockey club in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Also known for the Swift Current Broncos out that way.
Yep.
Good hockey program. Also, many people remember Swift Current because during the whole Humboldt tragedy, Case takes a shot, stop there. It brought back memories of the Swift Current tragedy with a bus accident. But the Swift Current Broncos and Swift Current itself, there's been a lot of good hockey players that have come up through that way.
There's a lot of great hockey in the area, and part of it is that's farmland out there. There's not much to do in the winter other than play hockey.
Yeah. Puck flipped out and down the ice. Gordon thought about playing it, but now it's to Lemke. Voodoos once again on the power play. Lemke with it. Up the ice for Turner. Turner turning around in his own zone, fanned on his pass. Now he's just going for a skate in his own zone, flips it down the ice. Can't get out of the zone for McCarthy. Now good block there by Turner to negate Elliott Lake's turnover chance. As now DuPont comes away with it, and now loses a stick and goes off for a change. Lemke with it, behind his own net. Vikings have killed a lot of time in the Voodoo zone on this penalty. It's in near side for McCarthy. McCarthy twisting and turning on the near side. Walks out, goes cross ice looking for Shields. He finds him. Shields with it. Far side corner. Walking around. Looks for an option out front. Now he gets it back to Case. Case chipping it right back in. Back in, once again pinned against the boards. Case comes in for it. Case, back to Shields. Less than a minute left on the man advantage. Case, near side, good chance, Lemke! What a pass by Zachary Turner. Got it over everybody in front, and Lemke was right there on the doorstep to get his fourth of the season.
The first half of that power play looked like textbook penalty killing from the Vikings. The second half of that power play looks textbook set up in the offensive zone by the Voodoos. And ended up popping one home on a nice pass out and a shot into an open net.
What a pass by Turner, though. My goodness.
That was a great setup.
That is if we're talking about textbook, that's a textbook saucer pass. 3-0 Powassan. Bridgman waiting for the puck to come, but instead it's now knocked away by Thompson. Patrick on the high stick touches it, so he had to wait till Elliott Lake touches it to keep the play alive. Last minute left here in this period. Back out for Norman. Norman, his shot blocked. Abaflam takes a shot. It's off a body and out of play. So we'll get another stoppage and play here. I wanted to talk a little bit about Wraith Smith, who sat out last game against the French River Rapids. He has 3 goals in 10 games so far, but he's also a battalion prospect. And I think, sitting that game may have helped him out a little bit. He looks like he's a lot more engaged in this game, and he's got a little bit more fire in his step.
I know for a lot of the battalion prospects that when they're here, they're often not practicing with North Bay, sometimes going on road trips with them. In such a tight weekend here after having the showcase last week, maybe he just needed that extra day.
Could very well have. He looks refreshed here for sure. So Smetham in the box. So another chance here for the Vikings on the power play as the puck does come out and down the ice. 25 seconds left on the clock. In this period, 3-0 Powassan leads. Minute and a half left on the man advantage. As now Elliott Lake slowly out of their zone. They might have time for one more rush here. Gaining the zone, flips it out. Lemke gets to it in the near side. Battling for it as he just tries to pin it and eat more time on the clock. And that should all about do it here in this second period. And it will. So 40 minutes are gone, and now we get some pushing and shoving after the whistle. But 40 minutes are in the book. And the Powassan Voodoos find themselves up 3-0 here at the Powassan Sportsplex off goals most recently by Cameron Lemke, Tucker Shields, and in the first period, Ryan Patrick. Ben, before we go, your final thoughts here on this second period.
There's been a lot of great play by really both sides have looked pretty good at different points. But Miles Gordon still having the shutout after 22 shots in 40 minutes of play is solid.
He's looked very good indeed.
I saw that look on your face.
Yeah, well, you said the word.
I did say the word.
Well, the shots on goal in that period, 2-0 for Powassan apparently. 1 for 4 on the power play in the game so far. Elliott Lake so far 0 for 2. But they do carry a minute and 17 seconds into that third period. Ryan Patrick with the goal, as we mentioned. Tucker Shields is 7th to start off the second. And now they took away that goal. The last one, Cameron Lemke, but it is 3-0 game. Penalties in that period. Caden DuBroy for cross-checking. Michael McLean for unsportsmanlike conduct. Nathan Marincola for unsportsmanlike conduct as well. And Gavin McClenaghan for too many players serving the bench minor. And then lastly, the last penalty to Reese Smetham. When we come back on the other side of this, so we will talk about our players to watch for Mike, the financial advisor. Real quick, looking around the league before we do go to break, though, the Hearst Lumberjacks and Sioux Eagles are tied at 1 late in the second period. Timmins, 5 minutes into the second period, lead the Blind River Beavers 3-1. I'm sure the Timmins faithful are more than happy watching that one up at the McIntyre Arena right now. With that being said, though, I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Ben Long. We'll be back with more Powassan Voodoos coverage on the other side of this intermission.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Pleased to be joined by Noah Abelflon of the Elliott Lake Vikings and at the NOJHL Showcase in Sudbury. And Noah, I got to ask you, out on the ice, who do you kind of try to emulate your game after?
I try to do try to play a hard style hockey, like getting pucks to the net, laying bod, try to play like a well all around game. I don't really model it after anyone. I just try to do what I think I can do best and keep going at that.
Who was your favorite player growing up then, if I can pry a little bit?
McDavid.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. I got to ask, playing for Elliott Lake, of course, everything kind of going on there, but playing for the Vikings, putting on the green jersey, what that's been like so far for you?
Oh, it's crazy. Like everyone in town, like the town has a whole buzz. And it's unfortunate about the rink, but before the rink, everywhere we go, there's always people that want to say hi. We got a good buy there from the fans from our first away game, and just stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Playing in the NOJHL so far, what's that experience been like for you playing in Northern Ontario?
Last year I had to adjust a little bit, but this year I feel pretty comfortable and just trying to keep working and getting better.
Perfect. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
And that's Noah Abelflon here at the NOJHL Showcase in Sudbury.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the third period of Powassan Voodoos hockey as they host the Elliott Lake Vikings. The Voodoos are currently up 3-0 on goals scored by Ryan Patrick, Tucker Shields, and Cameron Lemke. And the Voodoos do have to kill off a minute 17 here in this third period to start. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long, and we'll tell you a little bit about what's going on out of town as well. The Sioux Eagles and Hearst Lumberjacks up in Hearst are tied at 1 apiece after 40 minutes of play. With about 6.5 minutes left in the second period, the Timmins Rock lead the Blind River Beavers 3-1. And that's all that's going on in the NOJHL here this evening. Now, if we look ahead for the Powassan Voodoos, they're back in action here tomorrow night against the Sioux Thunderbirds. You'll hear Ben Long and Ben Sargent on that game before they go on a 3-game road trip to see Timmins, Hearst, and the Iroquois Falls Storm. That's next weekend. They aren't home again until October 27th when they host the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, and then they're on the road to wrap out this month, against the French River Rapids in French River. And we're just about ready to go again here at the Powassan Sportsplex for this third period. Opening draw set to go, and it's won by the Vikings in their road whites going left to right this period. The Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left. It's flipped in cross ice, and it rolls in on Gordon's net by the Vikings. And we'll get a quick stoppage here. And that's 13 seconds gone in this third period.
One thing I've appreciated about this game so far is that we haven't had too many extensive periods of play. We've got our whistles in there.
Yeah, my voice isn't dead yet. I don't know how your voice is feeling, but when we left the showcase, mine was shredded, and I only did one game that last day.
I did 2 games in a row after doing color on the first game that last day.
Yeah.
Was not good the day after.
I bet not. Flipped in, down into Vikings territory as Voodoos try to kill off some time. 50 seconds left on the man advantage now that they had to start this period. Abaflam with some speed through the neutral zone is stood up by Case, and the puck goes round behind the net. Palandra goes cross ice to Abaflan. Abaflan throwing it on net. Couldn't get to his man as it came out to the side. Now back to Palandra. Palandra walking the line. Goes in tight. DuPont back to Menard. Menard had the puck off his stick, and now Chase Thompson skates down with some speed. Stopping up, takes the shot. Another chance on the rebound. What a save by Beauville. Wow, coming across to stop that one. On the rebound chance off the end wall by Chase Thompson. He came across if you ever look up the definition of the splits, you're going to see banana splits, or you're going to see that in the dictionary. What a save by Beauville. DuPont takes another shot. It's off of McClellan's skate, and it goes wide of the net. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here as the Voodoos killed off another penalty. Shot on net by Palandra is turned aside by Gordon. Back to Menard for Palandra. Palandra skates out, flips it back for his teammate DuPont. And now back from McCarthy. McCarthy couldn't get the puck out of the zone, but Elliott Lake does it for him. And now it's a delayed offside, so Elliott Lake will have to touch up. 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Powassan had a glorious chance shorthanded to make it 4-0, but the score remains 3-0. Thompson up for McMillan. McMillan in tight. And in the corner now. Battling for it. Patrick, or Dubroy rather, keeps it in. Thompson skating around behind the net. Out front looking for Rotundo, but instead Thompson picks up his own pass. Goes cross ice looking for Sturge, but it's picked off and flips down the net, or down the ice. Thompson once again picking it back up. Sends it down the ice for McMillan. Puck flipped down, but not too far. As Rotundo gets to it, flips it in cross ice, and Elliott Lake picks it up in their own zone. Puck out into the neutral zone. Sturge picks it up, flips it in. Shizliski with possession. Goes cross ice. Norman tried to flip it back in. Now it's Shizliski chasing after it. Thompson comes in for support. And it's flipped back. Thompson with it. Tried to get it out of his zone. Lemke picked it up. Lemke with a nifty move to get around him into the corner. But now Lemke can't get the puck out of from behind the corner. Skates it back behind the net. Out front for Smetham. He scores! Reese Smetham on the one-timer from the pass from Smetham behind the net. And Reese Smetham puts a fourth, or gets his fourth of the season here. It's now 4-0 Powassan.
That was another beautiful setup that was made with a pass in front when the goalie just didn't have a chance to get there in time. And as an offensive player, that's what you got to be doing. You got to be making those chances where the goalie can't be there. Because at this level, if a goalie can be there, he probably will be there.
Belleville has had himself some great saves in this game, but Powassan is just relentless. But that's in line with his goals against average coming into this one. It was .404.
So if he holds the line from here on out, he'll be keeping Better's average a little bit.
Puck flipped in. Oh, Beauville nearly gave it away. Dawson was on the doorstep. Case with the puck in his own zone, flips it out. Doesn't get too very far. Shanks tries to flip it back in. Now Russo with it. Russo. As there's a Voodoo player, Smith, on the ice. McCarthy skates around with the puck. Stops up. Goes back to the point for Ricci. Ricci stops up, hesitates, takes the shot. Has still hit the man that was blocking in front. That was DuPont. Now Ricci stick handled himself into submission and the puck back down the ice, but Smith picks it up. Smith flipping it into Elliott Lake territory. Goes around behind the net. Nystrom with it. Goes near side for McConnell Fritz. However, the Voodoos have it, but not for long. Marincola had it. Now it's to McCarthy. Flip back out. Near side for Shields. Shields down the ice. Takes a shot. It's wide of the net. Now Turner with it. Throws it back in for Shields. Shields behind the net chasing after it. Gets to it. He has some room to work now. Walking out. Takes another shot. Beauville with the save. And with just under 5 minutes gone here in this third period, we'll get another stoppage here.
And there are a few times in between those whistles that we saw Powassan players take a cross check, sort of away from the puck even. So I'm curious if the refs are going to start seeing that and calling it, or if they're just going to let it go, hoping that to avoid things getting too far out of hand.
Flips down the ice now coming in. Good chance here for the Vikings. Couldn't get a shot away. Back out for Callow. Callow stops. Takes a shot. It's up into the netting and out of play. The official scoring on that is Smetham's fourth from Lemke and Patrick. So Ryan Patrick picking up 2 points now in this one.
I'm surprised that that's Smetham's only his fourth goal of the season. He has looked so strong and had so many good chances, and the puck just does not bounce his way a whole lot. So I won't be surprised if he really starts to pick up and going at a higher clip as we go on.
Another shot off the draw, turned aside by Gordon and gloved down. So we'll get another stoppage here. And his brother Owen Smetham made a really nice highlight reel pass from behind the net last game against French River, falling down as he did it. Ended up in the back of French River's net. to help the Voodoos pad onto the lead, eventually winning that game 8-2. Now near side for Smetham. Smetham flips it out of the zone. Doesn't get it too far down the ice though. This is right back into Voodoos territory. Case to Smetham. Battling for it. Puck flipped over Gordon's net. And it's to Lemke. Lemke sends it right round to this side. Smetham flipping it down the ice for Patrick. Patrick sends it into Elliott Lake territory for Norman, and now Norman slowing things down behind his net. Norman up for his man. Picked off by Lemke. And Smith picks it up. Down the ice. Gordon with it. Back for Case. Gets it up for Dawson to Smith. Smith walking in. Wraith Smith tried to get a shot away. Kicked aside by Beauville. Another chance. It's in the back of the net. Yippee-ki-yay! Mike McLean gets his first of the season here.
I love those Mike McLean goal calls.
Right on the doorstep, Mike McLean flips it into the open net as Beauville was down on the ground. And it's now 5-0 for the Voodoos here. These goal calls make you die hard inside a little bit, Ben?
The die-hard Voodoos fans love it.
Icing call here against the Vikings, so the Voodoos will get another chance in their offensive zone. Good play that started. That was Wraith Smith taking the puck into Vikings territory to get that all started.
Yep.
A little bit of a scramble out front. Smith with another chance takes a shot. Beauville with a good kick save. Near side wall now. Abaflam skates down the ice.
Voodoos goal, his first of the season, scored by number 28, Michael McLean. Assist number 25.
Now beyond behind the net.
6-11.
Good chance there for McClenahan.
6-11.
However, his pass missed everybody out front. McClellan behind the net. His chip attempt hits the back of Gordon's net, but now Russo gets to it. Russo flipping it down the ice. Smith now in a rush chase with it with Menard. Menard's going to beat him for the icing call, so we'll get a stoppage of play here.
Yeah, Menard didn't look too happy to be in that race with Smith there, but he came out on top and gave Smith a little push, but now Smith has to work his way back down the ice for another face-off.
Vikings with possession. Nystrom throwing it on net. Missed Gordon's net. Now right back down. It's to Manceau. Manceau got it back to his man. Flipping that one back in. Gordon's out to play the puck, leaving it for his man McMillan. And the puck comes up for Nystrom. Shields gets to it. Gets it over for Ricci. Ricci. Backhand pass down the ice looking for Turner. Hits a couple of Vikings instead, and now McCarthy gets to it. McCarthy stops up, goes cross ice. Looking for Shields. The pass never got to him, and now they battle in the corner. Shields chasing after it. And puck's right back into Voodoos territory, but Sturge picks it up. Gets to the red line, tries to flip it in, but Nystrom blocks that. So Elliott Lake once again has possession going into Voodoos territory. Takes the shot off the side of the net. Another chance near side off the side of the net again. Sturge gets to it, stops up, kicks it around behind the net to Turner. Turner goes down for Rotundo. Rotundo's pass looking for McCarthy, finds him. Now McCarthy behind the net. McCarthy takes a hit on McConnell Fritz. And McCarthy tries to will it back to McLean at the point. McLean back in. But it's now past the big defender. And Case picks it up. With Thompson skates around. With some speed. Walking in. Gets behind the net. Near side now. Throws it out front. Finding Case. Case shoots it. He had a wide open net to look at, and he just put it over the net. Oh my goodness, the Voodoos very close to making it a 6-0 game with that attempt. McMillan, near side. Another chance. That one's turned aside, or rather wide, by the big defenseman McLean. Thompson not happy as his stick was broken. Now McLean walks in. Gets it back for his man McMillan. McMillan walks the line, takes the shot. And that one just hopped over the net. Now Patrick with it. Patrick out front looking for the big hulking defender McLean. But McMillan has to skate back and get to it in his own zone. McMillan behind his own net, gets around his man. Tries to get it up ice, nearly gave it away. However, puck still down nearly to Elliott Lake's zone, but now Thompson gets to it. Thompson with speed into Voodoos territory, goes behind the net. Tried to will the puck out front, and now it misses all his man, and now Dubroy and Callow in a foot race. Dubroy gets to it first, throws it on net, just went wide of the net. And now Elliott Lake once again with possession. 10 minutes gone here in this third period. Powassan leads 6-0. Callow with possession once again, flipping it right back into Voodoos territory. And Gordon out to play the puck, nearly gave it away, but Reese Smitham picked it up. Near side. Marincola with it, battling for possession with Ricci. Now back to the point. Marincola keeps it in, or DuPont rather. Marincola chases after it with McClellan there. McClellan battling for it. Puck comes out. Patrick stops it from getting into any dangerous territory and tried to send it back to the blue line. Now the Voodoos hemmed in their zone for the past 40 seconds or so. As Nystrom skates around with it. Callow. And the Vikings put it out for the Voodoos on the cross ice path. Ricci behind the net. Stops up. Looks down the ice for a good pass. Missed Smetham. And then we're going to go for icing. Although it hit Thompson's stick in the corner, does that not count as a Voodoos player touching the puck on the icing? No, it does not, of course. So the Vikings now will have an offensive zone draw here with 8:58 left in this third period.
Yeah, I was sure that it hit Smetham's stick on his way past him, but apparently the ref saw differently. And
it did hit a Voodoos stick.
It did.
Just Thompson's on the ice that was broken. Avaflan, cross ice to Norman. Norman flipping it in deep. McClellan tried to come away with it. Now the puck on the far side wall. Goes cross ice. Kicked out of the zone by Ricci. Menard sends it right back in. Hit the linesman. The linesman went down momentarily as he was hit hard with that puck. Russo with the puck now. Gets to Ricci, sends it down ice. Menard stops it from getting to its intended target of Wraith Smith or Caleb Dawson. And now, another offside call here made by the linesman who was just hit by the puck. So you know what do we call that? That's called resilience right there if I've ever seen one. But we'll get the mid-period break here on the front line, and we'll be back with the back half of the third period on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for what promises to be the final half of this third period. The official goal call, Mike McLean from Wraith Smith, both picking up their first goal and first assist on that as well. And of course, as you heard, our 3 stars, that is indeed, we will be bringing up our 3 stars of the game post-game once they are presented out on the ice during our quick little post-game show here with the Voodoos. And if you like what you see here and what you're hearing, well, give us a follow on social media at the Frontline Pod. And of course, check us out anywhere you can stream your podcasts, as this week's episode was a doozy with Darby McCarthy and Zach Turner, talking everything about the Voodoos coming to Powassan and, of course, America, where they're both from.
Yep. There's no short of American players in the Chris Dawson scouting report. He does a great job of finding players anywhere on the continent and getting them to come here to play hockey.
Well, him and Peter Goulet for sure putting in the homework. And Chris, anytime that he sees someone plays in Montana or is from Montana because he went to school in Montana, how many times can I say Montana? Hey, you want to go to Montana's after the game?
Yeah.
But any time that he sees someone play in Montana, he gets very excited, as Elliott Lake's Aboflam now in the box as well, coming back from that. So the Voodoos will have a power play here off the mid-period break.
That's interesting. They don't usually give a whistle on a penalty call, so
I think it happened during. Elliott Lake right now in looking to avoid falling to 2-8-1 as we're back underway here at the Sportsplex. A tough task though, as Rotundo on the power play can't hold it in. It'll be a tough task indeed for the Vikings as they find themselves down 5-0. Near side, Sturge stops up and skates around, tries to get around his man. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call, and that's why Abaflam finds himself sitting for 2 minutes or less. Sturge goes cross ice now. Rotundo got with it. Rotundo far side for McCarthy. McCarthy with a shot, staved by Beauville. And I have to say the thing that's been beneficial for the Voodoos in these two games, the 8-2 game and now this one 5-0, is that you see players out there now, they're mixing them in on the power play, seeing what they can bring. Like, you don't normally see Sturge and Rotundo out there. They're kind of, the Voodoos are just kind of rolling their lines.
And they're getting lots of production from all over. It's not just one or two guys scoring all the goals. They're scoring a lot of goals this year, but it's by committee.
Chase Thompson in on the near side, wins the draw to McMillan. McMillan skates around behind the net. Tried to flip it back out to the point, couldn't get it out, however. And now Dubroy battling for it in the corner as well. McMillan gets it back to Thompson to Case. Case near side for McLean. McLean's pass, fanned on it, and now the puck down to Voodoos territory. Less than a minute left on the power play as Case has it. Case slowing things down from behind his net. Walks out, gets it over to McLean. McLean going in for the race. Gets it out front for Dubroy. Dubroy's shot hit a body and went wide. Now back to Case. He just kept the puck in. Now cross ice again, McMillan. And on the power play, the Voodoos make it 6-0. Matthew McMillan with his 4th of the season. And he has goals in back-to-back games here as well. And that one was a gimme here for the talented centerman.
And the whole Viking bench was up in arms about that goal. They all believed it crossed the line there. I wasn't sure. It looked close. But it didn't look definite from here, that's for sure. But it was a beauty play in the corner to make a pass out in front, and the goalie just, again, one of those pass right across, goalie didn't have much of a chance.
And the linesman met with the ref at center ice after that goal. But play on as the goal counts, 6-0 Voodoos lead. Down the ice, Elliott Lake now in possession in the Voodoos zone, battling with Ricci. 6:30 left in the third period. 6-0 Powassan leads. Back out front. Good chance there for the Vikings as they hesitated to get around the block. And Michael McLean with the sequel on the assist. Yippee-ki-yay. Along with Chase Thompson, the hometown hero. Puck down the ice, and now we're going to get some more penalties called here as the Voodoos are in the midst of a line change. 6:05 left in this third period. And we'll get another whistle. Looks like
there's a double penalty going there to Abaflan, who was getting 2 minutes, and now he's getting kicked off the game. That was a whole shift of
Abaflan trying to smash his stick, and now he's going to get a misconduct on that one as well.
The ref did a whole lot of gesturing there, so I'm not sure how many penalties is going to end up being called there.
Well, we'll have to see. Mike Brito, the public address announcer, it's going to be a little bit busy, I think. He'll probably take him the next 6 minutes of this game to announce what's going on.
Yeah, so it looks like there was a 2-minute penalty from the original call, and then possibly a 10-minute misconduct with 6 minutes left in the game. That makes him out.
So the Voodoos will be back on the man advantage here. And, of course, Tucker Shields out there with McCarthy. Now it's flipped down the ice. The Voodoos going with their A power play unit now. Case Twisting and turning behind his net now. Near side for Shields. Shields got it to McCarthy. That's back in now for McCarthy. McCarthy battling for it. Turner tried to get to it, but it comes out for Shields. Lemke back over for Shields. Shields twisting and turning, takes a shot. Stopped by Beauville there. As we'll get another stoppage here by the big goaltender.
So I didn't quite hear all the calls that were being called there, but there was a few game misconducts that were handed out.
Oh, okay.
And the 2 minutes for roughing was the initial call.
All to Aberflin?
I didn't quite hear who all it was to.
Oh, come on, Mike, update us.
He said it all, but I couldn't hear what it was being said.
Patrick. Twist, taken to the ice. Now McLean walks in, got it to the pass, over front, and now the Voodoos make it 7-0. Chase Thompson, the hometown hero, puts it in the back of the net and make it a trilogy for Mike McLean as he gets his third point of the night on the initial assist. Yippee-ki-yay.
He might be our McDonald's player of the game tonight, I think. He's a good candidate for that.
Yes, keep an eye on our socials afterwards. That's Thompson's fourth of the season to see exactly who it is, indeed, as our player of the game.
As they say on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, yippee-ki-yay, other buckets.
Yes, that's totally what Bruce Willis says in the movie. Sturge. Up for Russo. Russo takes the shot. Kicked aside by Beauville. Smith gets to it. Smith. Back out to the point. Rotundo with the shot just wide. Smith tried to shovel it on net, then he threw himself off balance and fell to the ice. Now Elliott Lake with some speed going the other way. Manso lost it, now it's Dawson. Dawson back for Russo. Russo in tight, Beauville with the save. Back to Rotundo. Rotundo scores! Mason Rotundo with his first career NOJHL goal. And it's now 7-0 Powassan. 8-0 Powassan. Don't listen to me.
That's a Trapper special right there with 2 assists I'm going to believe were called to Dawson, Russo, and then Rotundo, who all played in the Trappers organization last year. It looked like there was another misconduct called there against someone on the Vikings, but I didn't see who it was to.
Mason Rotundo, hey, you might be last in fantasy hockey, but you got your first career NOJHL goal here in this game. I mean, it's really early, so give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably won't stay in last place, but he's in last place right now, so I'm going to enjoy this as we got a nice and call here. 39-26, the shots on goal in favor of the Voodoos. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Ricci's getting 2 minutes for interference. I didn't see what that happened to lead to that call, but nevertheless, here we are with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. And the Powassan Voodoos will spend up to the next 2 minutes short by a man.
Voodoos, as you said, short a man here. 4 minutes left in this third period, 8-0 lead. Puck comes in, heavy shot, just missed the net. Menard on the near side.
Voodoos goal, his first of the year, scored by number 17, Mason Rotundo.
Kept barely in, but now Dawson off to the races. Caleb Dawson in on the breakaway, taken down as he got the shot away, but there is a delayed penalty, and now Beauville all over Dawson as he's throwing some punches as well. Caleb Dawson came in on the breakaway, had a good chance on net, and as he fell down into the goalie just hopped all over him.
Yeah, he was taken out by the opposing player into the goalie. Though it looks like Dawson is getting 2 minutes, but Beauville was incensed after that.
I don't know why Dawson's getting 2 minutes. Again.
He'll be getting 2 minutes for goaltender interference.
Well, what if he's pushed into the goalie?
I mean, he was, but at this point, you can't take yourself into the goalie.
No, but I mean, you do have to make an attempt to get around him, but I mean, looks like Beauville being shown the gate as well, and he throws a stick. So now in net is Sam Keene. He's 0-2 in 4 games, 437 goals against average, and 881 save percentage. I'll have to be talking to Adam Morell after this one and being like, all right, explain this one to me. I want every penalty here explained.
We should mic him up just so we can have an understanding
You
of what's
know
going
what?
on.
Adam would be great to have mic'd up for a game. Dawson also being shown the gate. So Caleb Dawson thrown from this game.
Walked by his father over in the corner.
I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen Caleb thrown from a game.
That's likely.
Okie dokie.
I think that's more just, one of those, this game's out of hand, keep it moving.
Nothing to see here. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Exactly.
How many movie references can we get into this game? We've already got a Die Hard trilogy, so. Puck back in play now. 3.5 minutes. The Voodoos still on the power play, or on the penalty kill, rather. And the puck is sent down the ice into Vikings territory. Puck into Voodoos territory. Dubroy turning around to get the puck behind the net. Menard comes in to get it. 2 minutes unsportsmanlike for Dawson. Menard takes a shot. It's out of play. So Dawson getting 2 minutes roughing, or 2 minutes goaltender interference and 2 minutes unsportsmanlike. Is what's going on with Dawson. So that's why he's out of the game. But I missed the call on Beauville.
There was at least a roughing gesture that I saw, and I'm not sure what else was called, though.
Well, Friday night, it's not Monday night SmackDown. Another chance on net, and it's in the net. Elliott Lake breaking the shutout here late. It's now 8-1. Miles Gordon, who's been otherwise stellar, just letting that one in on the power play.
Yeah, with that, when you're letting that many power play chances up against you, 27 shots against, I feel Vikings have earned at least one goal tonight. They have played pretty well and got a lot of really good chances, so you can't be too upset about that one against.
No, I guess everybody gets one, Peter. You tell them.
Yeah. I guess everyone gets one.
Shields into the offensive zone again, throws across ice. Keene has yet to face a shot. As McCarthy twisting and turning now. Sends it in for Rotundo. Rotundo losing his stick. And now to Sturge. Sturge. Jake Norman getting his first of the season, and of course coming against his former team. So Norman's going to at least feel pretty good a little bit on the bus ride home, I would imagine. Menard flipping it back in. That's his first NOJHL goal too, I believe.
I believe it is.
Jake Norman,
First point.
the former Powassan Voodoo, picking up a goal here for the Elliott Lake Vikings.
It's always good to go into your former barn and come away with a point. Now, ideally have your team come away with some points, but, moral victories when you can get them.
Hey, man, if I score a goal against my former team, I'm still pretty happy on the bus ride home. I know everybody's about team success, but that's going to help soften the blow a little bit.
It does for sure.
McClellan's shot blocked. Now it's down the ice, and Dubroy picks it up. Dubroy down the ice, chasing after it. However, Elliott Lake flips it back out. McMillan. His pass hit a leg, but he picks it back up. And now he's taken down, nearly knee on knee, it looked like. But McConnell Fritz is okay, and so is McMillan. But now we are going to get a penalty here for hooking. With 1:47 left in this third period, the Voodoos still lead 8-1. And it's Dubroy who's going to sit for 2 minutes or less.
Can we just run like non-stop time?
Is this how it felt against? Is this how it felt with the Espanola game?
Yeah, it really did. Is this how football fans feel all the time? Because I hate it.
No, the clock's always running.
Basketball, that's the one. One of those sports that the Americans like a lot.
Football, if you run the play, if you run the ball, or you throw it and it doesn't go out of bounds, the clock runs, and it does stop at the 2-minute warning, though, at the end of each half. However, if it's an incomplete pass or it's out of bounds, the clock stops.
Or if they call a timeout.
And they call a timeout. But you only get 3 per half, so you get 6 all game. But shot on goal, turned aside by Gordon. The Frontline now does football. Hey, speaking of, keep an eye out. There may be a new Frontline show well, there may be 2 new Frontline shows coming out. One might be involving movies, one might be involving football. So I can neither confirm nor deny or give the whole store away. Thompson tries to flip it out. Available wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Sturge now flipping the puck down the ice as well. And that'll go for icing. Or not icing, rather. They're on the penalty kill. This is what happens when a game gets like this and you just kind of think about what's coming up next.
Yep.
Our next game will be tomorrow, speaking of what comes next, is Ben Sargent and Ben Long here at the Sportsplex as the Sioux Thunderbirds come to town, and the Voodoos will be looking for a bit of revenge against the Thunderbirds, as the Thunderbirds were able to beat them at the NOJHL Showcase last week. 46.8 seconds left on the clock here. The Voodoos winning 8-0, and looks like they're going to go on to win their 4th in a row.
Yeah, I can't see that changing. Yeah, saying that a lot today. But I got to say, we're getting fortunate to see a lot of Voodoos early on in the season here.
We are indeed, as the puck comes loose. Off a shot from McClelland. Russo couldn't bury it. But now Rotundo gets to it, flips it right back down the ice with Menard. Menard over to Bertrand. Bertrand skates around, less than 30 seconds left, throws it back behind the net. Menard was going after it, but now it's out front. Rotundo looking for it, but now it's out to the point. Another chance, turned aside. Marincola with it. Marincola takes a shot, it's off a stick, flips over, and it's wide. Another chance coming from the near side with 5 seconds left, and Elliott Lakes can't get to it. So the Voodoos are going to send it down the ice, and that'll do it here. And the Powassan Voodoos taking it to the Elliott Lake Vikings here. 8-0 at the Powassan Sportsplex on a Friday night. And they'll be back in action again tomorrow against the Sioux Thunderbirds.
I got to say that game got quite towards being out of hand towards the end. We had, between the score and the penalties and the misconducts, and all in all, the Voodoos ended up coming out looking pretty good from this, though.
I would say so. We'll give you a quick roundout of the scoreboards across the NOJHL. Late in the third, the Sioux Eagles are doubling up the Hearst Lumberjacks 4-2. The Timmins Rock are now up 4-1 halfway through the third period as well on Blind River. So good news for the Voodoos is Hearst looks like they're on their way to a loss, who's the closest team in the standings. However, it looks like Timmins is about to leapfrog the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners to move up to 11 points and tie Hearst. However, Hearst and Kirkland Lake have both played more games than the Voodoos. I know it's a little bit early to do score or standing watch, but here we are with our 3 stars of the game, and that'll be Miles Gordon who gets the first star of the game, or third star of the game for the Voodoos, and hard to argue, he made 26 saves. Cameron Lemke picking up second star of the game as well, setting up many assists and a goal himself. And the first star.
And the first star from the Voodoos, number 21.
And that's going to be Michael McLean, making it a 4-movie series now with 3 points and a first star appearance here. And likely our McDonald Sturgeon Falls North Bay player of the game on this one.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with any credit given to McLean during this game. He played solid defensively, made some great offensive plays. You could make a huge argument for Miles Gordon, though, as well.
Miles Gordon making 26 saves in this one, looking really good. And we'll be back on the other side of our little 3 stars of the game presentation for you.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And just wrapping things up here from the Powassan Sportsplex, the Voodoos with a very convincing 8-1 lead. In 2 games, they've scored 16 goals here this week. So that's pretty okay.
Game.
And they have another game this week against the Sioux Thunderbirds tomorrow. Their last home game here for a week, or 2 weeks, as they won't be home again until they play the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners on October 27th. They'll be north next weekend, playing Timmins on Friday, Hearst on Saturday, and the Iroquois Falls Storm on Sunday. But tomorrow, Ben Long and Ben Sargent will have the call from you from the Powassan Sportsplex here on Flow Hockey, and also the Frontline Game Day Broadcast YouTube feed. Last thoughts here on this game, Ben, before we wrap things up.
There's not too much to say that we haven't already said. The Voodoos just looked really good out there. Miles Gordon kept it looking even better than the rest of the team looked, I think. It was a solid performance by everyone, but if Gordon hadn't really 1 goal on 27 shots, this easily could have been a 8-3 or 4 game, justifiably.
Well, the last 5 seasons, the Voodoos had coming into this game a 7-0-0-0 record against the Elliott Lake Vikings. You can make that 8-0-0-0 now after tonight's game. Almost like our score, although it's 8-1. So a little bit more blown open than it was last weekend, where it was just a 3-1 victory for your Voodoos against the Elliott Lake and Blind River. But they don't ask how, they ask how many. And tonight, well, we said there's plenty. So with that being said, we'll wrap things up again. Check out our podcast this week with Darby McCarthy and Zach Turner on the Frontline podcast. For Mike Brown, our camera operator, Harrison Clements, who's doing socials for us, Ben Long, I'm Courtney Kenny. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.